Hello, hello, and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. I just got a notification on my Echo that says a package has arrived, which means my proper keyboard has arrived, but I'm already here. Stream's probably starting, so, I'll deal with it. Freaking had to arrive literally when the stream starts, because of course it did. That's fine. Fine. Other than that, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's 3 weeks till Christmas. Well, technically less, but because Christmas is on a Thursday, not a Friday, but it's getting closer. Hey, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Is it the right one this time, though? I would hope so. It was more than double the price of the current one that I bought. I didn't even know they make membrane keyboards. I didn't look at that. I just looked at, like, which one looks the same, because I didn't remember the model number or anything. And no, I tried the model number, but I couldn't find it. So I just went with the one that looks the same. That wasn't good enough because apparently they make non-mechanical keyboards for some reason. Oh. There you go. I probably turned it off last time. I forgot to turn it on and nobody said anything. Because we were working on something in the corner there. So I turned it off, showing it, and then I probably forgot to turn it back on. It's all good. But we're gonna hope that it's the right thing. And today we're gonna set up a few things for set up a few things for the PCG, and then go back to game dev. Sounds like your relationships. Hopefully the right thing. Your relationships are hopefully the right thing. I mean, hopefully that's why you get into them, I assume. I mean, it's been a while since I've been in one, so, maybe things have changed. I don't know. Oh, turn them off and forget to turn them on. I mean, oh. Yeah, you definitely want to turn on your relationships. I think that's part of the relationship part. I guess not for everyone. But anyways, shall we jump into whatever the hell this is? I mean, I showed this off before, but basically, right, you could just draw out your little dungeon, and you can paint some nice little trees and erase some nice little trees. And it even changes the design on this thing. And what I want to do is I want to change this so that way I can place trees and I can make the floor have vines or have like a mossy floor, because I think that's one of the options. It might not be, but either way, I definitely want to do it for the walls, because I know some of the walls have like a mossy version. So I want to be able to like click here and have it place yeah, like a variation of this. So I think that'll be like, and then have one maybe for columns or arches or something. I don't know. Go from there. But basically, yeah, customize that. So Yep. That's the plan. Here's an interesting question. All of the points that I have, they don't have any information here. So if I wanted to output them, I would need to give them a tag. And then I need to filter by tag later. Once I get them, probably. Oh, by tag, I mean attribute. With PCG tools, you wonder if it still makes sense sometimes to combine PCG with scriptable tools? There's some things that would be easier with scriptable tools, yeah. I do have a video on scriptable tools, and it's 8 months old. What did I show in that video? What was it on? I'm not surprised that it's 8 months old, but what what do I even show in that video? I don't remember it. So this is walls, for example. I guess what I need to do is add attribute, convert to, what do I want to convert to? I'm convert to just an integer and just call it like layer. Can I then just output both of these like so? Oh, it's the one where I remove, it's the Art Direct PCG one, isn't it? Where I use it to remove an instance and then swap it out for static mesh. That's the one. I remember now. Okay. Makes sense. So here we now have why is it layer XYZ? Oh. Change this to single value. There we go. Oh, why does it say layer 1? What? I'm set attribute. Set density and the width to layer. Now it's 0. And this will be 1. Okay. So now we can do a attribute filter. This makes no sense. It all looks the same, but it's fine. We want to filter when it's equal to layer of 0. So many conversions. Now we should have our same setup. Where's my... Oh, it's because I have this thing selected. Just like this. That's the only annoying part. And now this should still work. Yeah. Okay. Great, so that still works. And now what we can do Warning data doesn't have target attribute property layer. That's fine. Although, yes, it does. But I think the other one doesn't. Oh, you know what we can try doing? Remove empty data. There we go. Remove the empty data, and then we're good. Okay. So, I have some mossy walls. So what we're going to do is basically the same thing I did here. Over here. X of this filter will be equal to 1. And then I guess I don't need these conversions anymore. So it's going to remove them here. I'm not going to question that. And then here's what I use, right? So this goes here, which is the normal. And then this needs to be mossy. There's a mossy version, right? Yes, there is. What's the other one? Oh, the other one's with the window. That's right. We'll make it mossy with a window. And they have the same seed. Hey, Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You found a video on how to add 3D objects to widgets. And boy, are you going to cook with UI. What do you mean by 3D objects to widgets? You're guessing it's expensive AF though, so you're not going to overdo it? Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. But it shouldn't be any more expensive than... Did I not move this? I'm guessing it's not any more expensive than just loading the 3D object and then doing a scene capture 2D on it. Because I can't imagine being more expensive than that. Oh, it doesn't do it on these. Right. So let's go ahead and do it on those as well. Basically, using a render target to get a texture from it. You got the note? You think it is? Oh yeah, you could always do. Yeah, you could do scene capture 2D always. Yeah, that's how I did the. That's how inventory systems a lot of time are done to show it on your character. Yeah. Or as 3D model to a render target, and then you pass it through a material. Yeah, it's just. It's how you would do any kind of video surveillance or anything. Yeah. Absolutely normal stuff. So you can upgrade to 5.7 now. All plugins you have been updated to it. Nice. I'm waiting on NVIDIA DLSS technically. There's not an official one for 5.7. But there is this one that someone made their own version for. Someone made like a community unofficial version for 5.7. So I might just end up using that because that is the last thing I need is DLSS. Another year after 5.7 release again, we can use it. Yeah. So I might just try this. You're waiting for PCG EX to update to 5.7? Yeah, just tell that to yeah, tell that to Fab. Yep. So now what we can do is just paint in moss, basically. So you're going to want moss here, just paint it in, basically, and swap some meshes. Now, do I have a floor that is mossy? Is the only thing. I don't think I do. This is the tree floor. Standard, half, standard, squares, large. I don't have... Why is there not like a mossy floor? What I could do is spawn in some random bricks in places, though. That could be nice. Let's do that. Let's do another one that just spawns in some random bricks. That's easy to do. This will just need to be 2, and then we do a transfer points. A random 360 to 1.1 and 1.5, and then static respawner. So then we can go to bricks. Yeah, maybe the 1.5 is a bit crazy. Let's go like 1.2 and 0.8. And then we can place some bricks around. I have a feeling the Fab runs into the same error you do, that it tells you it's trying to edit engine files even though it doesn't. The problem wasn't that. It's never even gone that far, from my understanding. Right, so we have this. What else can we do? Bookshelves. It could be cool to put in some bookshelves. So let's do that. Bookshelves. Did I not make a comment here? Why is this comment back here? Okay, what is going on with these comments in PCG? They've always been a little buggy, but this is insane. So they're trying to gaslight me, basically, I think, at this point. What I want to call it is bricks. Now for bookshelves, what I actually want to do is go off of the walls. So what I'll do is because we have this merged version here. So here we can just use an intersection where this overlaps. We're not gonna want you, or this overlaps this. Just gonna do one of those then. Actually, no. I will convert it. Then transform points. And we'll need to push it forward. So let's start with this. So if we go bookshelf and I click here, right, it puts it basically inside of it. So I need to do a few transforms here. First of all, I need to flip it 180 because it's going the wrong way. Wrong 180, this 180. And then we need to push it out. Native. So let's do like 70. Yep. And now we can just go in here and be like, okay, you know what? I want a bookshelf there and a bookshelf there. Bookshelf there. This one's randomizing to you, to this. But, you know, if we don't want empty ones, we don't have to have empty ones, but you can easily now put in bookshelves against walls. And you can definitely put in bookshelves also in the middle of the room if you wanted to. It's just I've made it so it doesn't do that. But that's kind of nice. You just basically paint your dungeon now. And I recall like them showing something like this for a game a while back on the Unreal Engine channel. You basically just click and it just swaps out all the pieces, whatever you want. And now if I can go in here and be like, you know what? I don't want this tree here. Instead, put a bookshelf. No. I think that's working real well and very easy to set up multiple. Okay. What else? Is there something here that I would show to do that would be different? I don't think so. I think that everything else. I mean, you could do some more flag. You could do flags as well. Let's do flags as well, just for the shits of it giggles. So really, we just need to just duplicate this. This is 4, and on this one, We make it flags, and then here, this needs to be flags. So if we go back to paint, flags. Why is it over there? There you go. We just need to change the transforms. So probably for the flags, we don't want it to be offset. Or at least not as much. It's not great on the corners. Oh, because it's a corner wall. That's why. That's fine. Oh, these are just higher up. Goodbye. For game review. There you go. Oh, it's because it's the... I mean, it should work on those too. I feel like the flags don't work very well. Hey, you guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do you have to hardcode them? Wouldn't it be easier to have static mesh selector parameters? So basically you could spawn anything you like as long as it is static mesh? Well, that depends on how you want to control it. Yeah, you could have it be like, you could pipe in whatever else here, but then you would need to have still multiple if you want to specifically put in bookshelves versus specifically put in flags versus specifically put in something else. You would need to have still different layers for each one. And then you could make it so there's a inside your main graph, you could specify layer 1 is this, layer 2 is this, layer 3 is this. This is using this. Everything's on the same graph, including the trees, including everything. I don't like the flags. The flags do not work. But this is needed either way. So if I wanted to draw something else, then I would need to set it up. So some parts of it, yes, can be randomized, but then you're spawning between that entire list. Versus
ads are here, pausing for ads.
Versus just, trees where I want trees. This is just a matter of just showing hey, it is very simple to start using a combination of these tools to then have a very nice what's it called? A very nice control of it. Oh, the add voice is completely random. I have it set to random. So it randomizes a new voice every single time. I think you just haven't been here long enough to hear an ad break for a while. But that's been I think that's been definitely for over a week. Maybe 2. But definitely at least a week. We just made a struct with a transform. Yeah, you could do all, like, this is a tutorial. I'm not going to show you the perfect and best way of setting this up. This is for a tutorial. You know, showing how to make a struct. No, I have a video on data assets, for example. You can watch that and you can combine the two. Right? I'm not here creating the absolutely best setup that is perfect. I'm showing like, hey, in this tutorial, I'm teaching that, hey, here's how you could quickly set this up. I'm showing how to grab the corners, inner and outer corners. How to do the walls, so that way you can have some randomness. And then here you can combine it with a paint, and then you can paint to swap things out. No. As the title says, this is PCG for Sunday. Sunday's tutorial. No. I have no use for this myself. Yeah, this is entirely for Sunday's tutorial. Hey, Ghost, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You have to admit you didn't read the title? Yeah, no one ever does. It's okay. Right. But as a tutorial tool, you know, it's cool because you now be like, yeah. And then later on, be like, you know what? I don't like this at all. And you can change it all. But for example, I can go in here and be like, okay, you know what? I don't want a bookshelf there. Maybe, you know, just over here. Or maybe I want a bookshelf here. And here. The only one thing that doesn't work is the corners. Corners do not work. For the bookshelves. But I have bookshelves everywhere. It works on these corners. It just doesn't work on the those kind of corners. But that, I actually managed to erase only one. You know, maybe it does work. You have to be very careful with how you place it. Possibly. Can I get on only one? Aha! I can! Damn it. Yeah, that corner's very hard. It's okay. Been good working on some stuff. How's your day? It's going well. Well, so far, well enough. But I think that's probably enough for the tutorial for Sunday. I can make it so you can draw columns, I guess. Here, we'll do one more. We'll just make it columns as the final thing, because that'll be nice. I had a comment here. Like, seriously, the comments just don't work anymore. What gives? This needs to be columns. And now I can place them Why can't I see? Oh, there's the. Then we make this 90. And now. Why am I spawning columns where there's bookshelves? Excuse me? Bookshelves are 3. Why? What? How? I'm. I'm okay, guys. You know what? I'm okay. Just why is this painting? Why is this painting? Wait, why do I? Is there a limit to the amount of layers? Hold on a second. Oh, I freaking called it bookshelves because I didn't rename it. Guys, I'm stupid. How are you? Just. How are you guys doing? And control the rotation.
You're wrong and I hate you and you're a big smelly doo-doo head.
I know. Just I'm the worst. Oh, there you go. It all works. It's just I'm just stupid. God, I wish I wasn't so stupid. Wait. Oh, I'm back to this because I pressed 1. Just get me out of here. I'm done. Flip table. It all works. It all works. It's all fine. You have to make a copy of a fake character to have it do what you want it to do. It's live capturing. You know, you can make it static, but you want it to loop through a specific anim. Also, if you have scene capture 2D on the actual character that you're playing, that might explode performance. I mean, depends on how you're doing it. You could tell it to only capture your character. And then you're fine. Are you really okay? Debatable. But most things are. Actually, everything is debatable. You could debate 100% of anything. Stupid, you were stupid once. They locked you in a room. Yes, I know it's crazy, not stupid. I mean, look, I wish some people were locked up in rooms. I mean, I'm locked up in a room and I'm stupid. I feel like other people should be locked up in rooms when they're stupid too. I think it's only fair. If you're below a certain intelligence, just you're locked up. Can't go anywhere. I think it's for the best. The crazy rats meme? No. I know the Rat King. Do you know about the Rat King? What is this? Oh, that's this one. Yeah. Although, you know what? I just realized I don't need to put this. I can put it all in one group. I don't need this here. What am I doing? I just have this here. I just have it do multiple things. Can't I? Hold on a second. I think I just had a realization about something. I think I've overcomplicated this when I didn't need to. You probably make 3 fake actors with the scene capture components and have a character mesh plus atom, and it's hidden in an environment somewhere. Because your maximum team size will always be... Wait, 3? I thought it was always 2. Why are we not 3? I thought the whole point was you had 2 and you swap between the 2. Why are there 3 now? The full one goes crazy. I was crazy once, locked up in a room or a room. Oh, I know that thing. What does that have to do with rats? I know that saying. Oh, and then rats made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Oh, I don't remember the rat part. Yeah, I don't remember the rat part. Bookshelves and walls. Let me come here. Kill you. Then I need to also here paint tool. Oh yeah, I totally overcomplicated it. Oh, I so overcomplicated it. Well, good thing I realized this before I made the tutorial. And I realized how stupid I am for overcomplicating it. This is 1. This, where's another one? 0. I've made comments here so many times. Just, I give up with it. Comments just don't work. Comments disappear. So this entire thing is not needed. It's all in one graph. So, mossy walls, done. trees. Done. Scatter bricks around. Done. Throw in some bookshelves. Just not in those corners. Throw in some bookshelves. Not inner corner. All right. Done. And throw in columns. All inside of one graph. That's a lot better. Okay, good thing that I decided to revisit this. This is significantly better. Just significantly better. Yay! Okay. You made the team 3. Might be more fun. You'll have to tone down some of the abilities slightly. Why? Why do the amount of... I mean, you'll have more access to abilities. But as long as the abilities just do a certain amount of damage, you're fine. Don't make it too complicated. Try it out. Try it out with 2. See how you like it, and then at a 3rd if you feel like you need one more. We'll also allow the player to theoretically cover 6 damage types instead of 4 out of 14 damage types. Who's your demographic, Leo? Because I feel it's not me. Which is fine, but I just want to check who's your demographic. People that play Warframe understand I played Warframe for a while. I didn't think about all the elements ever, or any element ever. I just played, oh, I like this Warframe, and then I played them. And that's it. One of my favorite ones was the Grim Reaper looking one. That gave you extra drops because I like loot. Because I'm what is commonly called a loot whore. People like ZZZ or Diablo. Diablo is extremely simple compared to your game. Just to be clear. Diablo's for casuals, what you're making is not. I don't know how ZZZ is. I can't speak on that one. You play Warframe, and right now you're playing anime Warframe as we speak, which is also known as Duet Night Abyss. I mean, Warframe isn't known as Warframe either, to be fair. Warframe is also known as Fashion Frame, if I recall correctly. Good game. You know what I miss? I miss the freaking Windows 10 like click and drag rectangle thing. I used to just click and drag, just make rectangles, and it was like there's no real reason for it, but it was just a nice visual thing with Windows 11 ruined everything. Fashion frames also, you're gonna monetize the game? Make skins for characters? Okay. How big are those characters on screen? Because that makes sense for if you see them like big third person and you really see them. if you're top down and they're small, that's not gonna work as well. And for those, you could do, I mean, technically PoE does it, but PoE does mostly effects these days, more so than just armor. It's really about the effects that the armor have. And pets. Zone Zero is a fast-paced hack slay, though you have only a few buttons. Yeah, that sounds more casual as well. It's not just the skins for the character model, it's VFX as well. Okay. Do you know how to do VFX? Because you're gonna need to do a lot of VFX. And VFX ain't easy. I recommend starting now to learn it, if that's the plan. Now you're probably going to outsource? Got it. I want to outsource so many things as well. But I need money. I need money, honey. So the hard part about VFX is not making the VFX. It's making the VFX performant. Oh yeah. You can make, I mean, I can make it performant really easily. Yeah, just let me have one of those supercomputers. I'll make it performant. The GPU-based supercomputers, that is. I'll make it performant real quick. For that computer. What's worse, learning VFX or learning character modeling? They're entirely different. The top character modelers cannot do VFX, and top VFX cannot do character modeling. They're usually so separate because the skill set for one is not at all translatable to the skill set of the other. Like, it's extremely different. There's no overlap. Zero. So there's no worse one. It's a comparing apples and cars. But performant in every machine, dear? Yeah, let me just make it render at 5x5 pixels. It'll be performant in every machine. Which one's more difficult? Again, it's entirely, they're so different that the skill set you need to learn on one is so different from the other. It's like comparing apples to cars. Everyone's different. I don't know you well enough to be like, oh yeah, you're gonna be better at X versus Y. I don't know how good you are at drawing. I don't know how good you are. You need to be drawing constantly, know anatomy very well to do characters, but you also need to know modeling and topology and rigging, and you don't need to do rigging. You need to, for character artists, usually a lot of times there's a separate rigging department and an animation department, but right, it's all, the skill set is extremely separate, and it's just a matter of like which one do you enjoy more. There's no hard, they're both extremely difficult. They all both take thousands of hours to master, 10,000 hours to be more specific. VFX is more technical, character modeling is more artistical. Yes and no. That one's debatable, because character modeling is very technical. Character concepting is more artistical, but if you're given a concept and you have to now recreate the concept, that is purely technical. There's nothing artistic about that. you are now given, once you get a concept and you need to recreate it perfectly, your creativity is down. You just need to execute. You need to be well versed in rigging for character modeling, because you have to know how to rig it. So you have to have your topology support it. Well, you don't need to know how to rig it. You just need to know how to do topology, but that's a technical thing. So you're agreeing with me that character modeling is a more technical thing, because you need to know how to rig it and all that. That is what I'm saying. And VFX can be more artistic if you have control over how it looks in the end. If you just need to, you can make it be more or less flashy and you have more control over it. It all depends on if you get a concept and you need to recreate it, or you're doing it all yourself from scratch. So both can be very technical and very artistic. That's what I'm saying. That's me. So today we're gonna see if we can add another set of controls here for UI. And if we can use those controls and have it be overwritable. Both are in both cases there. The difference is you are in a big company or indie. No, because in a big company, they're both technical, and in a small company, it's both artistic and both technical. The technical aspect does not go away in either scenario. The only thing that could go away is the artistic side. If you are in a big company, you might not get any artistic say. But if you're a tiny company, you're doing it all yourself, you'll get to be artistic and be technical. But the technical part will never go away in either scenario, I think. Because as you say, if you don't know how to model properly for rigging, yeah, you could say it's less technical, but that's because you're just not educated enough to make it properly to begin with. If you are indie, you're more likely to do the design. If you're a big, yeah. As I'm saying, that's the artistic part, but then you still need to execute on the design, which is still the technical part. Yeah. If you're big companies, you get the looks of the VFX determined by concept art, but indie, you can have their, yeah. You can have the artistic side, but the technical is both. But it's very different technical in both. And some people are very good at VFX and can do characters. I cannot do characters because I'm just not a people person in general. So for me, it's difficult. But yeah, you can absolutely, you can do whatever you want. You just have to find what you enjoy and see what you like. Look, I'm flying around with a controller. Ooh, zoom. So smooth. You're more of a character focus? Yeah. Everyone has a specialty. I'm more environments. Right? I focus on environments. I don't really do effects. Like I know a little bit to like slightly modify some stuff, but I can't make effects from scratch. It just my head doesn't work in the way where I can do effects. I can't like see an effect and be like, oh yeah, that just needs to be this, this, and this. That's because I haven't done enough of it. And I don't care enough to learn enough of it to put in the thousands of hours to get to the point where I could look at something and be like, oh yeah, that's just this. And that's where you gotta be for any of them. Right, it's a 10,000 hours thing. You gotta put in 10,000 hours into something to be a professional in it. Pretty much. It's just a matter of time. For VFX, you have to be good at creating masks. Yeah. And for that, you better know drawing. No, you don't need to know drawing. There's many ways of procedural mask creation. You don't need to draw anything. Unless you're going for specifically a hand-drawn look, then yeah. But one, you can get a bunch of images online. You get brushes, you can just create those into stencils. And you can do procedural. There's so many different ways. You don't need to know how to draw. It's like for the characters. You should know how to draw for characters, you know, anatomy. But you really don't need to, like, draw, as long as you're just good at anatomy. But usually, you need to draw characters to get good at anatomy. Right? And once you're good at anatomy, then you can break all the rules of anatomy. And have stylized and whatever else you need. But until then... it's a long way to go, and I'm not ever gonna get there because it's not for me. Very early on, I realized that characters were never for me. And I realized that effects were never for me. Effects were never for me because they required programming, and I didn't want to do that. And I realized characters were never for me because in some places, once you get into a studio, if you're like the top character person, you'll maybe working on the main character for like multiple years, a single character. And I cannot do that. I don't have that kind of patience to be working on the same thing for that long. It's not for me. Start with this. You feel like if you ever did 3D, if I ever did 3D, my cinematics would be peak. Well, that's why I'm thinking of having 3D characters for cinematics and not sprites. You wouldn't overshine the game. No. You can absolutely have one and the other. Like, take a look at like World of Warcraft. Like, not World of Warcraft 3 cinematics, and then Warcraft 3 game. Just remember that. How epic Warcraft 3 cinematics were at full characters, and then remember the little tiny characters that you played. Doesn't matter. You're still convinced that the only reason a character takes over a year is bad planning and bad communication? No, it's just a matter of the game changes and they want to change the style with it. And they keep, people fiddling with it because some other things change. Maybe the environment has changed. Maybe now they want to, go a slightly different direction and they learn something. Like, there's thousands of reasons why it could. There's not 1,000 reasons why it should, but 1,000 reasons that it could. It still sounds like bad planning to you? Well, a lot of times it is. I'm not going to argue on that one. Yeah, probably. That's honestly, that's probably, yeah. I'm just gonna close a bunch of this and then let's modify this one. I believe it's the one we were doing. Yeah. So first things first. Where's my is game UI? Keybind contexts. Blink. This is UI. And here, if I need to do not you. Override settings, you name, close UI. I'll close UI controller. Display category UI. Okay. So, first things first. Do I need to have this added to my character to see it? No! Ooh. Okay. Good. I haven't added it to the character as actual buttons. It's already visible. Good. They have it with environment as well. You remember a professor telling us how they modeled cars for the Moana movie, and in the end they were never used. Oh yeah, that happens from time to time as well. Like, I don't understand, and this happens to me still. Like even at where I am currently, this happens all the time, everywhere I've been, where for whatever reason. Normally, it's supposed to go concept approved, concept figure out, then goes to 3D, then the 3D is figured out, and then any changes then are made based off the 3D aesthetic, right? If like something doesn't work for now that you see in 3D, then you go with that and you change things accordingly, and then it goes to final. But people forget that for some reason, concept is supposed to end at the beginning. That was the concept. Cool. Stop changing the concept. Once you go into production of it, stop changing the concept. Stop it. It's like them saying pipelines are for nerds. So why? That's what they model cars for a Moana movie? Background, streets. What do you mean? I don't know the movie, but it's set in Hawaii, isn't it? Hawaii has cars and there's roads. What do you mean? I imagine they would want at least a few cars on set. Is the movie set in the ocean? I thought it was set in Hawaii. Yeah, islands of Hawaii. You know, the state of Hawaii, it's not unpopulated. There are people living there. Okay, it's not Hawaii. It's Samoan Islands. My mistake. It's inspired by Hawaiian. But it's actually Samoan Islands. Either way, it's populated. I imagine. I haven't seen the movie. But it wouldn't make sense for them to live in the middle of a forest. It's not Inch of City? Oh, see, I haven't seen it, so to be fair. Okay. That works. Wait, no, does it? Click. Escape? Why does escape not work? Select works. Excusez-moi. I did set you to, yeah, set you to escape. Oh, what? Where's... Okay. What? Is this even going here? Is it even being triggered here? Trying to make UI your end? I'm sorry. Okay, so that's failing. Why is escape going to fail? But why is that working? So it's failing probably because it's not added to me. Enhanced input keys mapped to action. This is probably needs to have it be added to the player. Let's find out. I'm CUI. So we'll add it. So we'll added the input mapping now to the player. Oh, and now it works. Okay. So it needs to be added to the player and then it'll work. Which is fine because we're using custom input mapping actions, which means they will not accidentally trigger something else. even when you press the same button. I'm only using them for rebinds, theoretically. We'll find out how bad this is later on. When things break, I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure, there'll be absolutely nothing wrong down the line, and everyone's going to be very happy, and no one's going to cry. Absolutely no one. With the amount of practice you've had with material UI functions, it's really satisfying to do. Good. That's the hope. I think I just tried to combine goal and hope, and I just said gibberish. That's the goal, and slash that's the hope. So when you get enough experience in something, it should become a lot easier and more fun to do. That's the hoe. Yeah, it's the hoe. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, so this is working. So which means we can now do rebindable UI. Oh boy. Okay, let's make rebindable UI. God damn it. Okay, I need this inside of a blueprint function library because I don't want to put both of these every single time. Are you keeping your hose up? I mean, hopes up? Both. Yeah. I keep my hose up and my hopes up. One of those keeps going down for some reason, and I hate it. The other one's the hose. Maybe I'll make an actual separate function library for UI. Might not be a terrible idea. An actually separate thing, because I mean, to be fair, I have like all the card stuff here as well, which is UI stuff. It's fine. It's all here anyway. I wish I could move these. I wish there was a way of just like move this function from this function library to this function library without like relinking everything. But I've committed to one. So for now, we'll continue adding to the one. Get UI, get UI mapping contexts for button for input. Oh, hold on. Copy, paste. There's no way to not have it cross. Hope it's like a soufflet. You never know when it collapses to itself. Souffle. You want to say souffle? Is that how you spell it, souffle? You never know when it collapses on itself? I mean, you do. You know when it collapses on itself. You see it. It collapses when it happens. You never know if it would collapse, but you know when it happens because, well, you see it, and then you can have a time and everything. Yeah, very easy to tell when it happens. Do I have to use a for each loop every time now? That's the only pain in the butt thing. Is now each one of these will become a loop. Which I guess is fine. You know what I need to do? Instead of this, I need to put this entire section inside the function library. You put this entire thing in it. Because this is just a deck builder navigation that I need on multiple things. Deck builder UI controls. Arrow pressed refresh widget. That's fine. What in the world is this? Okay, just one of those. Okay, just everything's fine. So that way, okay, put this here, and then we'll customize it here, and then we'll be able to reuse it everywhere else. The only thing we'll need to do is do one of these. Okay. Excellent. Now we're thinking with... Or just thinking. I'm going to need a lot of blueprint interfaces. Shit. Hold on, can I actually do this? Hold on. This needs all that functionality too. I don't know why it doesn't have it. Have a good night, Aya. Thanks for stopping by. So here... Oh, this is different. This is different. I think I need this one. To select different areas. Okay, so I need... Select different deck builder areas here. It takes this, and I just didn't... D-pad right. Okay, so this takes care of this. Where's the other ones? I feel I should have just been using this version then. So no, they all have a little bit of a custom stuff. Okay, what could I actually reuse constantly? We can do the select different deck builder areas. That we can definitely do. The move to from deck is going to be different on each one. The controller sorting we can do on each section. You can do it as a function here. This is going to be and then this can also happen on all of them. So we can do 3 of them. So this will actually be select deck builder area. Then we will have deck builder sorting. And then deck builder starting cards. Oh. Toggle. Okay. We can do this. I hope. Okay, select different deck builder areas. So we need to now. Where's my picture? Where's my picture from yesterday? So these are the different deck builder areas. So we'll need 4 of these. Now, do I make it so I think I make it so you can actually use your key, control your keyboard as well. So I can make this like 1, 2, 3, 4 for the different sections as well as keybinds. That could work. I think that could work. So let's do deck builder. We'll just do DB. Let's start with collection. There's DB collection. Or I guess section UI DB section collection.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Hey, controller. What the hell? I guess I wasn't using it for a while. Decided to turn off. It should be charged. It's already the 5th. Fifth means I'm gone on. I'm flying out on Christmas, which means I'll probably won't stream from the 24th till either the 30th or 31st. I'll probably be streaming on New Year's. We'll see. I won't be streaming when it's midnight here. That'd be a little much. But I might stream on New Year's. This year. We'll see. Yeah, so we have collection. We have deck. We have starting cards. And we have search. Okay. Now comes the annoying part, adding these, because when you click add, you can't just add multiple here. You have to do it one at a time. Collection. Press add. Check. Search. Starting cards. Okay, so the collection will be 1, 2, search will be 3, starting cards will be 4. And then we will need, that's where the annoying part comes in. When you click plus, it just opens everything. That's right. I remember, like, it opens everything when you press plus, but it was this plus. Thank you, Unreal. How do I tell Steam to stop opening when I turn on my controller? I would love it if you stopped doing that. That would be so nice. That'd be like the best. Deck is down. Search is. Oh, no. Go back. This and this is that. Okay. Now, each one of them needs to have override settings. Because this will allow it to be rebindable. Last one. Okay, now let's fill them in. Each one of these will go under display category UI. So let's throw that into all of them. Okay, then let's go ahead and just preface what it is as keyboard for keyboard, or it'll be the suffix or whatever it is. But we'll just plug that in now. Oh, that's the. Wait, what? Where'd it go? Keyboard. Why did it disappear? Oh, and it can't because, okay, I have to do it all actually one at a time. Fine. Okay, this is the keyboard collection section, and then I can copy this and I can change it for all of them. So this is the text section because I have to have a unique name in here. Search. And starting cards. Okay. Then we go up. What happened to all the names? Why is it all refreshed? Why is it back to this? Am I going crazy? Am I going nuts? I just put it all in. Am I going crazy? Oh, this is the controller one. I'm not even doing this one. This one. Okay, it's still there. Still there. It's still there. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. So this is going to be the controller sections. These crazy ones. Yeah, I knew the thing, but I never. I guess I just forgot the rads part. No, this is the display. Not here. I meant to put this here. And also, I was not crazy once. I'm just crazy. I think that's pretty obvious. Also, if you guys haven't seen today, a video came out today about me giving feedback for a demo reel of a viewer. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Give it a like and a comment. Push it up in the algorithm. It needs some loving. It'd be appreciated. Select deck collection. What would I call them? I guess this is fine. It'd be like select deck collection, and then what's that deck collection? Is there collected card or collected section? Select collection. Select deck area. What do I call it? Select card collection area. Select collection area. God, I'm not good with words and names and. Select search area. I don't know how I like the fact that this is area there. And then select starting cards area. I'll probably change the names of these. But why does select no longer work? Select deck. Wait. Select deck area, search area, starting cards. Oh, I didn't change one of these. Oh, I put it in here. Whoops. Okay, but hold on. This works, but I can't reopen it now. It's because of priority, isn't it? How's priority work? High priority mappings will be applied first. If they consume it, will lower priority mappings. So if I made this 10 for both of these. Then I can open it and I can still close it. Okay. Because it takes priorities. Okay, good. Call it Frank. I don't know what we're calling Frank, but I feel like I don't want whatever it is having a name. Because I have a feeling whatever you're referring to is something I want gone, not to be made into a lovable creature that is that should have a name, whatever it is. Unless you're talking about the names here, the categories. So you're bad at names and wanted a name. Ah. Fair. You never specified what kind of name? True. Hey, that's on me. That is on me. This will teach me to be more specific. Good. It's an important skill to have, to be very specific. Except when I give people notes. A lot of times. I'm far less specific about those things. Sometimes I'm like, this is an example, do it for everything. And then I expect it to be done for everything. In order to find out how long your 3D modeling friend learned to make 3D, we'll just ask him how much experience they currently have. How long have they been doing it? And then figure out what position they have and what their skill level is. And then you'll know how long it takes them based on how long they went through school for and then professional for to get to where they are. So here, hold on a second. Here we do on completed. Oh, if it goes here, if it went here, it would just do this. But then it would still go through everything else after this in this scenario. I'll need to figure out maybe a better solution, or I'll just check everything. I'll figure it out. Oh, this is the next previous. This is different deck builder areas, which is going to be different now because it's no longer next deck builder section and previous deck builder section. It's going to be sec double reunion one. So instead of next deck builder section, I need to do set deck builder section. Set section in deck builder. And then this will need to be a input of card mode. Wait, no, it's not card mode that I need. What's it called? What's it called? What is it called? Selected area. E deck builder section. E deck builder section. Excuse me. Oh, selected area. There we go. New section. Okay, so then here. Oh, sorry. In EP HUD, we can set this up. Interface, HUD, deck builder. Oh, selected area. So it would set the selected area. I should make it as a function. Because I could do, I mean, this is fine. And then we could do this, and then we do refresh widget. Honestly, that's fine. I could put it inside now let's put it inside the actual deck builder. Set selected section. Also rename it to section here. Set selected section. Yeah, I like that better. And then here, right, want to instead of close, this is going to be collection. Can I get away with for each with break? Probably could. Because then we can check if this is the same. And then what we want to do is, if it is the same, get their controller, get the HUD, set deck builder, set section deck builder. So this is specifically the collection. And then what I want to do is add a local variable. This is going to be completed. It's going to be set it to completed. And it's going to do a break. And then on completed here is going to check that it is not completed. If it is not completed, then it's going to check the next thing. Okay. Now, if we're going to be doing this every time, or multiple times, I could make it a function, but there's only going to be 3 of them, or 4 of them, that kind of feeling lazy. So yeah, so for collection, it's going to go to deck, and search starting cards. Okay, if it matches here, then it goes to deck, search starting cards. Don't need the last check here. The other thing I need to check here is only do this if I have access to starting cards. Otherwise, this shouldn't do anything. So is it, hold on, where do I store that? Is it in the game mode? Or is it in the game? I think it's in the game mode. Yeah, right there. We have starting cards. But that's not what I want to know. I want to know. I want to know how many unlocks I have for the starting cards. So is this? Yeah, okay. So right there. So you're hiding it. Card capacity upgrade. So we need to know this. Get game mode. Get meta unlocks. And then we can check if card capacity upgrades is greater than 0. Otherwise, don't even bother with this section. So you can have data assets in a data table. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you can have anything in a data table. You can believe, like, last year you were so scared of using soft references. Now you're discussing whenever you don't use it. I mean, that one's like you don't have to have soft references for everything, especially early on. I'm very happy I did not set up soft references at the beginning. I'm extremely happy that I didn't. That would have been a big pain in the ass for me if I had to deal with that immediately from the start. Thank you, controller, for disconnecting. You're so kind. This all can go away. So now, select deck builder area, I think will work. If we just did select deck builder area here. The colors we're staying, but we're just doing this. And then we can continue on with the next one. We'll delete that one in a moment. Okay, so get key has to be plugged in, and then the card mode. It's not card mode. It's selected section. Or what? Oh. This one's different in here. So this one, actually, I can't use it in this one. This one will have to be a little bit different. This could only be able to be used inside of the actual cards. Hey, Thomas, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So, here, select deck builder area, so this can be replaced. And then we can do get card mode. Put that in, and now this whole section can go away. Thank you for the PCG videos. Didn't know you stream live. Yeah, I stream live every single day during the weekdays. Every single day on the weekdays. Yep. We do the same thing on the deck card. Yeah, deck builder area. So this thing again, right here. This whole section is getting replaced. Latest CR vid was nice. You like it when you eventually catch up? Look, I haven't watched a single one since the third or fourth. Whenever they did the 1 week break at the beginning, I haven't watched a single one since. It's too long. I don't have time. And this one's a little too. I don't like the structure as much, so I'm not as invested. In like watching them, like, I don't know. I was kind of iffy about the whole setup, and now I don't really have 5 hours. Just watch only that and focus on it. So yeah. It'd be nice to watch it, but structure's definitely new. Yeah, I know it is. It's fine. If they will start eventually making the videos of like the shorter versions, because I think they were doing that for a while, or at one point. I remember seeing them from like campaign 2. I don't know if they ever did it for campaign 3. Yeah, see, there's abridged. Yeah, they're still going through campaign 3. Right? Campaign 3, episode 80, right? So, if they do campaign 4, that'd be great. Where did I stop? Yeah, this is... I saw that. Is this the one where I stopped? No. I saw this one. I remember that there were... I think this is the last one I saw. Episode 4. And then I remember I pulled up... the episode 5, and I just scrubbed through... And I like, you know, you can hover over... right, you can just do this. And I'm like, and 0 combat. And I was like, what am I going to look forward to in this episode? And I was like, I don't got much. And I'm like, it's 4 hours. And I'm like, I got so many other videos I can watch in 4 hours that... I don't know. I lost the motivation to watch. It's like a movie. And I don't watch movies for a reason. Because like, I want to be involved. And just... yeah. I want to do stuff. It's not going to be for this campaign for a while. They're still going through campaign 3, yeah. But when it gets to them doing that for abridged for campaign 4, then, you know, possibly. Hey, Sovereign Dev, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Found me through YouTube Shorts. You're a rarity. Welcome. You're a rarity. Welcome. And the first one ever. It works. Well, you're the first one that's ever said that they are here from a short or any short form content in general. Yes. Campaign 4 is the first campaign where you're actually present from the start. That was me in campaign 2, but I never finished it. I got like almost 100 episodes or maybe 100 episodes in. I just never finished it. I think I got busy. Can we reuse this section in... We also need to do the whole select different areas in the search bar, which for some reason doesn't have any of the go to different sections functionality here, which is odd. But also I'm pretty sure it needs to be inside of... How is it actually... Because this isn't a widget. Oh, wait, where's the widget for the opening of the search thing? Search box. This. It's probably here on this thing. Yes. God, there's so many places where I need to add this functionality. UMG, please. Rework your system. Or rather, Epic, please rework your UMG system. You're currently playing Wuchang? What? I don't know how you say that. While watching you on a second monitor, good night time session. Nice. Welcome in face after face. You knows you like PCG videos too, apparently. Absolutely nothing wrong with some good PCG videos. I don't know why you watch mine though. That's not good. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Wait, I already had set builder click. Set deck builder selected area. Wait. Did I make a... Set deck builder selected area. But this one also refreshes it. So it has a little bit of extra functionality. God damn it. Got into Critical Role partway of Campaign 3, but realized you weren't able to understand what was going on directly. So you started Campaign 1, watching all of Campaign 1 during Campaign 3 downtime, while also watching Campaign 3 and finish. Jesus Christ. That's impressive. That's impressive. It's hard for me to watch Critical Role because of the time and the mental strain that I have to put into the show to actually pay attention. Because like when you're watching a video or you're watching even a movie or anime or anything else, right? You have the visuals there. So you can kind of hear it and then you can glance over and just see a glimpse. Or even if you didn't hear something, you can glance over and you can see what's happening. If you miss like a little couple of sentences, you're like, what's going on now? That's how it is in actual Critical Role. And that's tough. That one's tough. Do I need to change? Well, I need to do this version, I guess. I need to do this version here. So I need to do select deck builder area from cards. And then you do select a deck builder area in general. This one's different. This is not from cards, because this doesn't have a card mode. And then we can use this version, which will be replaced. Because I think I want all of this functionality for all of the other places. And then we just replace all of them with this. The amount of linkages that were in Campaign 3 may feel like a callback to Campaign 1 in some cases. Then they went clean slate in Campaign 4. I didn't see any of Campaign 3. Yeah, I pretty much saw nothing. I got like a glimpse of stuff and like, but that's it. Not much. You know what? Probably should do is copy over all of those sections. So I'll grab all of this, basically minus this inner part. Although I can grab the inner part too. I'm just grabbing all of us. The only thing I'm not grabbing really is this. And then I wonder, hold on. Is that the only place I'm using this card mode? Because maybe I'll just do a Boolean switch that says from cards versus not from cards. Plus default here is okay, well that's not gonna help. Yeah, maybe I just do that and then I can reuse this. Yeah, let's try to combine it. So I don't have multiple. That would be better. Campaign 1 is Avengers, Campaign 2 is Suicide Squad, Campaign 3 is like X-Men Sword. I mean, I watched Avengers. I watched one Suicide I think it's Suicide Squad. One was Suicide Squad movie. It wasn't very good. You didn't watch TV shows, right? I'm going to ask if you're watching the Mighty Nine series. No, I actually want to watch that. I haven't gone around to it just because time and remembering to do it, but I do want to watch that. I say I don't watch TV shows, but that's an anime. I watch anime. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be playing. I'm planning to watch that for sure. Absolutely. So I want to do this close search bar drop down in all of these except the search one. Because if we ever go to a different section, I want to close the search box, basically. Is there an easy way to connect this? I think what is the easiest way of copying this node over? And just grabbing... I'll just grab this part. I'm actually making it modular. Oh wait, this is the starting cards. This is the search. I don't want to do this here. I want to do this here though. There you go. I actually watched Legend of Vox Machina, the animated series as well. The first two seasons. I think the third season isn't out yet, or I missed it entirely. But I don't think they released the third one yet. So the second season is actually one of the ways I learned that one of my favorite, I mean, I guess actors. I mean, I only really know him as a voice actor in most things, but he's also an actor. Passed away, whose name I forget. Silence from Horizon Zero Dawn. Actor Lance Reddick. Unfortunately passed away. This guy was awesome. Can't take a screenshot. Let's do these. This guy. This guy was awesome in Horizon. He was the dragon and that. He did like awesome. Everywhere he was in, like that I saw him in, like was really good. Obviously, I didn't see him in very many things because I don't watch things, but his actual IMDb is quite big. But there's Legend of Vox Machina. And then if we go to this actor, but does it not show? Does it have games here? Oh yeah, Destiny. Yeah, it has games. There was a new Hellboy. Didn't even know he was in John Wick. I've only seen the first John Wick. Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. There's Horizon. He was in the first one. I'm trying to remember where else I saw him, because when I saw him in Horizon Zero Dawn, I already was familiar with him, but I couldn't tell you from where. There's Horizon Zero Dawn, because at this point I already knew him. Yeah, I don't remember where. Yeah, unfortunately he was in the first John Wick. I feel like there was a game with him that I saw, or that I played, maybe. Either way. Oh, you know where I know him from? Oh my god. What's the TV? It's the, I know him from the TV show. About all the like sci-fi stuff. Oh shit! Where they deal with like freaking. I mean, the last season was like a big mess. But they dealt with like. Oh, I'm not gonna remember the name of it unless I see it. Fringe. That's the one. I know him from Fringe. Maybe I knew him from before that, but Fringe for sure. That's what. Fringe was a TV show like I actually watched, and it was good. But then all of a sudden in the last season became just a huge confusing mess, and then I was like, okay. But I remember watching Fringe actually. Back then, I like actually watched some TV because nothing else to do. I never played Destiny. Yeah, so for me it was Fringe. This. What is the set deck builder active doing? I'm not remembering. Set deck builder active. No. This. It sets it active, but what? Why? Deck builder deck. Oh, the deck needs to know when it's active. It's not the deck builder that needs to know. But I feel like I can automate that. I feel like this is unnecessary. Hold on. I think now that we're using this selected section, I can just do, if it is equal to the deck, set deck builder active. You should do this. And that will just solve all our problems without any of the extra stuff done. Because before it was done like just next previous and it could be any order. So it had a little more stuff that went into it. But now I think we just do this, drop this back. We don't need it anymore. And that means we can probably also get rid of set deck builder active here. But let me see where else I'm using this. Let's see. In the search filter box, yeah, we're doing this a lot here. Yeah. And then this one. And then this. That's it. Okay, yeah, we'll kill it. Because we're changing the system and replacing it, so that's fine. Yes, kill it. I know you're gonna complain. Which means you're gonna complain, which is fine. We're replacing you. We're killing you! Here we need to do the thing I wanted, which is card mode. From card. I can't do from card mode, I guess. Oh, because it's called use card mode. Yeah. If it is use card mode, then we do this. Otherwise, we bypass it. And then here we do use card mode. And we use card mode. Excellent. Okay, what else do we have here? We set the section. And then we have it set deck builder drop down selection. And then refresh deck builder. Set deck builder drop down selection. Okay. What's this one? I need to remember what the hell that does. Drop down selection. Which sets the deck builder's drop down selection. Okay, what is this doing? It's been too long. here we're getting it, and we're setting it. Oh, this tells it which one's is selected. Search. Focus checkbox, search, or reset. Oh, okay. Okay. It's for the search functionality. Where do I set this to some other value? Only within here, but when I'm just swapping to categories, it's just 0. So what we can do is Ruined Starforge, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How's your stream? What are you doing? What are you up to? Welcome in, everyone. Ruin Rain. Hello, that Dak dude. Hello, Ruined Starforge. How's it going, guys? I'm currently reworking. Well, I don't even know if I'll be able to show. Things are broken right now because I'm reworking some stuff. But I can quickly show this. If I, there you go. This is my deck building, action RPG roguelike game. Hey, play, welcome in. Tuxol play, welcome in. But right now we're reworking the UI. I'm making the UI rebindable. So that way you can actually rebind your keys for... Oh, right, the first time always fails. You can rebind your keys for the controller and for the keyboard. Because originally it was going to be hard-coded. And then I asked AI, it's like, hey, do people normally in games have it rebounded? And they're like, no, usually it's, you know, set in stone. And I'm like, okay, but then it's like, well, but people always ask for rebinding. So I'm like, okay, well, if people ask for rebinding, I'm going to add rebinding. In a good streaming, you spent your stream in Substance Painter painting a giant tour gate for a VR chat world. Nice. Very cool. And so this is my game here. This is the dungeon. It is a vertical dungeon, as you can see. And all of that down below, yeah, we can go there. So you start with, you can start with different weapons. And think of basically a combination of... It was loading them, so it's taking a bit. This is a combination of like an ARPG combined with a deck builder. So this is your these are the cards in my deck. Right now we just added like all of these sections. So this is what I've currently got, but I can unlock more from my deck. So instead of games like Hades, which this game is definitely inspired by, instead of doing a room-based thing, it is completely open area. So effectively, it is more of like an ARPG, and you can see down there, right? So right now, we'll go down there. Or rather, a different teleport location that was linked to it. So now we're down here, and now we can continue on fighting them. Basically, when you kill enough enemies down here, I hide this. Down here, once you get to one of these bars, you'll get this icon, and then that will allow you to pick one of the power-ups from your deck. So the more power-ups you get, or the more cards you get for your deck, the more powerful your deck can become, and the better your run will be. Because you can customize, basically, if you don't want speed, don't put it into your deck. And now I'm faster. And there's a bunch of them, and they all stack together, sort of like Binding of Isaac, where you can just have things all kind of combine For example, we can make explosions have more stamina, better stamina recovery, and we can make a fire trail behind us, and then also have AoE around us with an aura. So we can just make it so we don't actually attack very much. We just run around and just explode on dash, and that's actually how we do damage instead of attacking, if that's the kind of the build and the run you want to do. Yeah, I died. But that's kind of the plan with it. We have the plan is to get a 100 unique power-ups that all work together, kind of like Binding of Isaac style, where they're all passive. The only active stuff is the weapons, and the weapons have active abilities, but other than that, yeah, it all works. And there's some stuff that works even with the weapon abilities. Obviously, things like damage will affect the weapon abilities, and there's also other power-ups that would also affect the abilities. For example, right now, if I shoot this, right, it shoots in one direction. And if I was to unlock a... where is it? Radial burst. And then I can just, you know, attack in multiple directions. And by the way, this affects my regular attacks too. So now I attack in 4 directions. So, yeah, you know, you can have some fun with this. But basically, it is effectively, this is the hub. And here, basically the bosses, you get boss currencies, and then you can buy the cards basically from the shop of that boss. And this is just, I have 4 bosses right now. And right, for example, on this boss, you'll be able to buy a homing, glass cannon, multi-hit, and they have, as you can see here, either one ability or multiple. The ones that are one ability, it means it affects everything. It's just a global. Increased stun buildup, additional healing per damage dealt, reduced stamina cost. Makes sense. This one has 2, because one of them is for melee and one of them is for projectiles or ranged. So if you're using a melee attack, your damage is calculated 2 extra times, but 30% less damage. But if you're using a projectile, you get 2 extra projectiles. So, for example, if we go ahead and change to a projectile weapon, over here, these are my only 2 starting weapons. You can see my abilities here have changed. And this has full controller support as well for all of this. Right, so I have different abilities on this one. For example, this one shoots projectiles, right? But one projectile is no fun. But if I gave myself that multi-attack, the multi-hit, so the highest tier is 4. It says unstackable because it doesn't stack with the other ones. It only will pick the highest tier. But a lot of these don't have the word unstackable here, which means you could have all 3 of those cards in your deck. So if I gave myself a multi-hit, well, I now shoot multiple projectiles. Which, by the way, also works on my hold attack, which shoots multiple lasers. Now, you might be wondering, well, that's cool and all, but that's not enough. Well, that's okay. We can combine it with the previous ability that I showed, which was Radial Burst, which shoots in 4 directions. And assuming that it loads, yeah, there we go. We can have lasers in multiple directions. It seems the actual projectile one needs a little bit of work because that seems to be a little bugged, but you could see. Oh, there you go. Need to adjust some stuff still. Obviously, still work in progress. But you can have now lasers going all directions. And all stacks together, as I mentioned. Seems like the projectile one doesn't like the multiple directions ones, though. Okay, get that fixed. But right now we're working on the UI stuff. So that's the game so far. Really nice, satisfying effects. I would take credit for that, but I got them on Fab. So, I can't take credit for them. But I'm glad you like them nevertheless. Yep. And right now we're reworking the UI, as I said, and making that cleaner and better. Got some good ones. Yeah, I found a guy. I think it is he goes by Dr. Game, if I recall. His abilities have that slight stylized look that I really like. You see a little about yourself and working on this game. Here, I'll also do this. If you guys are into Unreal Engine, I don't know if you guys are, but if you are, and you're interested in procedural content generation, or PCG, I might have a video or two on my YouTube channel about procedural content generation and PCG, and tutorials on how to do it. If you're interested. just a few videos. Just a little. Otherwise, during why is this like? Why does it make bookmarks when I don't want it to? Otherwise, I just do game dev during the week and stream that. But weekends I do PCG tutorials for Unreal. But yeah, slowly but surely making progress and doing good things, hopefully. A lot of breaking of things, but yeah. Wish you knew more how to script, but you love level design and environmental aspect. Look, I don't know any. All this is 100% blueprints. I didn't write a single bit of code in actual like type. It's all blueprints, 100%. I couldn't tell you how to do it without it. That is beyond me. I'm not smart. I'm smartened. But yeah, this is all done with blueprints. As you can see, this is blueprints. Just with nodes. I don't like actual coding. I don't know coding. So yeah, everything is 100% blueprints. And now we can reuse this everywhere. And this whole error problem is going to go away. And we can just do this and then watch. Nothing will work for whatever reason. Because I probably made a mistake somewhere. But find out in a second. In 5.7, they make it so that you can loop graph with index or given number instead of other methods. So they can loop a graph with index? What do you mean? Do you want to do a loop inside of PCG a certain number of times? You can already do that. If you knew code, you'd want to make a Python script for Blender, so it would make ASMR sounds whenever you move, rotate, and add modifiers to objects. How? I'll show you. Yeah, it's quite simple. If you want to do like a specific number, sure, I'll just put it here because I'll delete it. So, all right, so this is an empty graph. What you can do is do execute blueprint. And then there's if you search point, there's one that's create points. Now, it says replace with native version. But the thing is, the create points node here doesn't have what I want in this one, which is it has the ability here to specify how many points. So you could just specify, where is this, point count. So if I create I don't know, like 20 point count, I need to put this in the world. And actually, I wonder if they actually broke this, but probably, hopefully not. From single point, or was it single position? I don't want point array. Oh, there we go. I wasn't debugging. There we go. I didn't click to debug it. So basically, by using from single point here, this doesn't matter. This is an input, although it's not getting it. Point count. Oh, count. There you go. So you put in the constant into the count, so you have that specific number of points. It doesn't matter where they are, because then you just do an attribute partition based on the index, and now you have that many points of data, and now you can use this as a loop, and now it will loop that many times. So if I want 5 here, I have 5 points of data. It will loop 5 times using this as a loop thing. So 20, 20. Then I'll have 20 here. But this is specifically using the execute blueprint one that says replace with native version. No, I don't want to replace it with native version, because the execute blueprint one has this count exposed, and no other one does. All right, if you do create point grid, create point sphere, it doesn't matter which one you do. This has a full grid, and you don't want a full grid. That's a pain in the butt. So this one gives you just a count. You can expose this as an attribute, and then you can specify how many times, or a parameter rather, and you can specify how many you want. Very simple. I just forgot to hit the freaking debug because it's late. And I'm dumb. You can load an array of assets? No, that's for points. But you can also load an array of assets. Yeah, you just use match set attributes, and then it'll assign a random one to it. Do I have a 3D portfolio? I mean, sort of. Not an up-to-date one. Today's video actually shows a little part of my old portfolio. You're struggling with this for a long time ago? Thanks for the answer. Yeah, sure. Can load an array of assets and blueprints, you mean? Yeah. Here's not up to date. I mean, I am currently employed, so I don't have a reason to update it to to the latest, right? That's the thing. Like, okay, so I love that nothing works anymore. I've really broken this. Okay, let's still no jobs. Don't worry, you'll find one. It just takes time. It just takes time. You have a job, you do a game, and also guides for YouTube, right? And stream. Yes. I have a job. Well, do a game and stream are not separate. I stream my game. That is what keeps me motivated to keep working on my game, because I stream it. So it's not a separate thing in terms of time. But yes, I do my job and then till 6 p.m. and oh, thank you. And from 6:30 till from 6:30 till 9:30. So typically I'm like wrapping up around now. I do game dev during the week, and then Saturday is when I record and edit and post and all that, the tutorial that comes out on Sunday on the channel. And Sunday is like partial resting, partial actually getting shit done. Gotta wrap up with your system that you're working on? Nice. Gonna do VR chat worlds for commission right now, along with stream. You'd love to do it full time so you can get away from your part-time Amazon job. That's the dream, isn't it? We can do content creation full time. That'd be nice. I'd also love that. It's separate because you spend time to chat. Yeah, but that just means I just get less streaming, less game dev part done. But that's expected. I don't actually work on the game 3 hours despite streaming for about 3 hours. I work on the game roughly 2-ish hours on a good day, probably, per stream. And that's okay. You know? I think that's fine. Come Monday, we're going to need to figure out what I did that makes none of this work. Oh, hold on. Did I? No, I plugged this in. I plugged in the get key here. Plug that in. Plug that in. I plugged in get key in all of them. Well, we'll find out what the hell I did wrong. How long is the game development? In terms of just time in general, I almost 2 years. In terms of actual, like, me working on it time, I think I calculated it at about 1 week of work in a month of time, if you count like 40-hour weeks. So and that maybe is a little bit generous. Do you develop alone? Yes. Do you use AI? Yeah. Right for now, yeah, it's all prototyping. So all of these are created with AI. I use Midjourney for these. They're not good. I'm looking to get an artist to do them, but that's going to cost me tens of thousands of dollars. So, you know, I'm waiting to save up enough money to get an artist to do that. So that's not going to be for a while. So for now, yeah, I have AI placements for stuff. Absolutely. 1 month and 1 week of full-time job. No, so 1 month of time is about 1 week of actual work. In terms of like, right? Because if I do like about 2 hours a day of work on my game, then that's 10 hours a week, roughly, for 4 weeks a month, roughly, right? That's how we get basically 40 hours a month. So 1 week of work a month. Really, it's probably a little bit less, but I'm averaging around there probably. And so over the past nearly, 2 years? I think 2 years will be technically sometime like in March, really. It will be 2 years. And so it's like a year and 3/4. So we're looking at 12 weeks? Looking at like 20 weeks of time right now. 20 weeks of time. It's like 4.5. Yeah, so we're looking at like just over 4.5, 5 months of time for this game right now. Of actual productive time, not just like, probably like around 5 months of time is actual like work time. Yeah. Like half a year of full time. Yeah, a little bit less, but yeah, around there. You're so productive. Debatable. That's very debatable. Doesn't work. Remember to debug Monday. There you go. Not debatable? I think that's debatable. Yeah, this last month, by the way, I did this. And also, here, I'll show one last thing that just, it's cool because I just like it. And you can kind of see it, I guess, when I go back into the game. Which is, I just really like the verticality, which I did last month. Gonna get some rest. Do you want to? This is all the verticality in this dungeon. And you can go all through all of these. Surfward, do you want to let me know who you want to raid? Because I'm wrapping up as well. And considering you raided me, maybe you want to tell me who to pass it to even further. If you have preferences, I'll pass you guys along. Let me see if I have some people. Yeah, none of the people that I know are streaming Unreal right now. Only channels I'm following right now are pretty much all offline. So if you have preferences. Let's see. Let's see. There's a few people streaming Unreal Engine. If you like waifu modeling and Zebra, I should recommend Nezavart. That sounds up my alley. Let's see. Or are they're not live now, right? Though, right? Are you a proverbial torch relay race baton? Nessa Vard is currently not streaming. Or are they? No, that's a VOD. Nope. I don't have anyone. Why is there no one? Why is no one stream Unreal? Oh, hold on. I see some pixel art game dev. In Unreal, I found someone. Yeah, I think they went offline. I found someone, potentially. Who has a cool avatar and is also doing some pixel art stuff in Unreal. So, I think that's where we're gonna go. I haven't seen them either before, but it seems like this should work. Aha! We're going to the Whitechapel. You tried. Oh, it's all good. I appreciate it. I mean, thank you for the raid. We'll pass everyone along. And I'll also post it in on the YouTube side for you guys. That way you guys can also go and check it out. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. New tutorial coming Sunday. And more game devs coming Monday. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Get some rest. Get some sleep. And I'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye-bye. Raid. And now, goodbye, YouTube as well. Go check them out. Have a good night, guys. Take care.